Tēnā koutou katoa. Thank you for the very lovely introduction. It really is my privilege to be speaking with you all on behalf of the trustees. So thank you for having me. I stand here before you today with a heart full of both heaviness and hope. Heaviness for the many challenges that families in our communities face, and hope because of the mahi that we're privileged to do here at Te Whare Community Trust. In the next few minutes, I want to share three things with you. The vision and values that drive us, the complex problems that we're working to address, and our strategy for creating meaningful, lasting change for the whānau that we serve. Firstly, before I begin, I'd like to, and it's really important, to acknowledge that Te Whare is just one of countless whare tauwhā that stand in our community that renders help to whānau in harm's way. How we do it may be familiar to many, yet what we do is unique to us. Te Whare Rūruhau was born from a deep understanding that healing and transformation must be culturally grounded to be genuinely effective. At our core, we're a Kaupapa Māori organisation committed to the wellbeing of whānau experiencing harm. We understand that each family that comes through our doors brings its own story, whakapapa, strengths and challenges. Our approach honours the mana of each person, recognising that whānau are not defined by their current circumstances, but by their inherent dignity and potential for growth. Our name, Te Whare Rūruhau, speaks to our purpose, providing shelter, protection and nurturing support. Like the structure of a whare, we aim for both physical safety and spiritual sanctuary. Our foundations are built on tikanga Māori, understanding that reconnection to cultural identity and practices offers powerful pathways to healing. We're guided by our values that are on the screen if you can see them, it's very tiny. It's also in the pack on your seats. These values underpin everything that we do and recognise the interconnectedness of all aspects of wellbeing. Tēnā, the physical, hinengaro, mental and emotional, Wairua, spiritual, and whānau, the family and social connections. We know sustainable change cannot happen in isolation. It requires addressing the whole person within their broader community context. What sets us apart is our unwavering commitment to walking alongside people throughout their entire journey, not just during crisis interventions, but also through the challenging, rewarding work of rebuilding lives and relationships. We're advocates, supporters, and partners in transformation. So, what is the journey toward wellbeing that we facilitate? As I'm sure many of you, or most of you here, are well aware, the statistics around family harm in Aotearoa are sobering. Behind every number is a real person, a real family experiencing trauma. But statistics alone don't tell the story. The reality our team faces daily is complex and deeply rooted. Family harm doesn't exist in a vacuum. It's interconnected with historical trauma, economic pressures, disconnection from cultural identity, substance use challenges, and intergenerational patterns that become normalised over time. When we look deeper, we see that many whānau experiencing periods of harm are themselves navigating the impacts of colonisation, systems that weren't designed with their well-being in mind, and economic structures that create ongoing stress and instability. What we're addressing isn't simply bad behaviour. It's a complex web of historical, social, economic and personal factors that require equally nuanced responses. Conventional approaches to family harm have often focused on treating symptoms rather than underlying causes. They've sometimes separated interventions for different whānau members, failing to address the interconnected nature of whānau wellbeing. Too often, they've operated from deficit frameworks that see families solely through the lens of their challenges rather than their strengths and potential. At Te Whare, we recognise that meaningful change requires us to address both immediate safety concerns and the deeper roots of harm. It requires us to work holistically with all whānau members and approach our work with cultural humility and responsiveness. Our vision for change is both bold and practical. We envisage communities where all whānau are supported to thrive, where the cycle of harm is broken and where cultural connection becomes a pathway to healing. Our strategic approach centres around 4 key initiatives. First, mana wahine. We have a wahine focus. We're strengthening our core service delivery in family harm and sexual violence social work while prioritising the prosperity and wellbeing of mana wahine. This means expanding our education programs in schools and communities and teaching healthy relationship skills before patterns of harm begin. It means working with young people to help them understand their worth and the importance of respecting others. It also means creating supportive spaces where people can seek help before crisis points are reached. Second, Kaupapa Māori. We have a Māori Strategy. We're bringing our strength in Kaupapa Māori service delivery to the forefront for tamariki and whānau. Rather than working with individuals separately, we're developing more comprehensive services that engage the entire whānau, recognising that sustainable change happens in relationship. This includes expanded services, practical support for basic needs, and innovative programs that build on strength while addressing areas of challenge. Third, Tuhono Rangapu, a multi-agency partnership approach. We're continuing to lead innovation and partnership and embody Te Tiriti O Waitangi as a Kaupapa Māori organisation. We're working alongside others in our community, including government agencies and non-government organisations, recognising that collaborative approaches create more sustainable and effective outcomes for the families we serve. And fourth, Te Taha Wairua, our spirituality. We're deepening our commitment to Te Taha Wairua across all our services. Recognising our Māori Anglican whakapapa, we're expanding our cultural programs, investing in staff development around tikanga Māori, and ensuring that our services honour the cultural identities of all who come through our doors. We recognise that reconnection to cultural identity and spiritual practices is a powerful catalyst for healing. These initiatives are supported by our commitment to continuous learning, partnership with other organisations, and amplifying the voices of those with lived experience. In closing, the journey ahead isn't easy, as I'm sure you all know, but it is necessary, and we don't walk it alone. We walk it with our community partners, many of whom are here today, and with the families who trust us with their stories, and with supporters like you. Each time a family finds safety, each time a cycle of harm is interrupted, each time someone reconnects with their cultural identity and strength, these moments remind us why this work matters. I invite you to join us in this vision, not just as supporters, but as partners in creating communities where all families have what they need to thrive. Together, we can transform pain into possibility, crisis into opportunity, and build the foundations for generations of healing. Tēnā koutou, tēnā koutou, tēnā koutou katoa.